About its a meeting with former President Jacob Zuma earlier that was mooted after he did not appear at the Zondo Commission despite a ruling from the Constitutional Court. Let's take you to Luthuli House. Our reporter Samkele Maseko there. What's happening right now, Samkele?
At this point in time, we're waiting for the arrival of the Secretary General of the African National Congress. They, as the ANC said, that the SG would be speaking to the media now at 7:30. Well, it seems as if keeping to time is not what the ANC has kept upon, as they had decided after the 2017 NASREC conference that they would be on time in all their events, which was dubbed Buffalo Time. That is a thing of the past now, and we are still waiting for the SG to arrive. Maybe they saw that they are competing with the high-profile interview that is currently taking place now on an international front, and they've decided to wait for that interview to conclude and then come and disseminate what they had deliberated upon with former President Jacob Zuma, as many South Africans were saying that they've got difficulty in deciding whether it's Magashule or the international interview that is happening in the United States of America at this point in time. So it seems as if they don't want to compete there, and they are waiting probably for that interview to be finished or to go halfway, as we have not even seen Ace Magashule's convoy arriving here at Luthuli House at this point in time, and even the ANC communications team is only setting up now for this particular press briefing, which they said would be happening at 7:30. They're still keeping South Africans waiting and with anticipated breath on what they deliberated upon with former President Jacob Zuma, who also missed his deadline at 4 o'clock this afternoon to respond and file his responding affidavits to the Constitutional Court on that case that was brought against him at the Con Court by the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, saying that he must be incarcerated for not obeying the court order of the apex court in the land. And the former president has expressed his displeasure of having Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo chair the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, saying that he feels prejudiced against. And there were tussles also whether this meeting that the ANC was having with former President Jacob Zuma should take place in Nkandla, Dunuse, or at Luthuli House. The president of the ANC putting his foot down and saying that these are internal party matters and those issues are ventilated at Luthuli House. Earlier on, when we arrived here in the morning, we did anticipate the arrival of former President Jacob Zuma, but on the 11th hour, the former president decided not to preach at Luthuli House, which then had the leadership of the ANC and with the team of former President Jacob Zuma trying to find out and negotiating to have a virtual meeting, which eventually took place and concluded at about 4:10 this afternoon.
All right, Samkele, so this international interview was scheduled ages ago, but then you say the ANC gave us a time, but not arriving at Luthuli House yet, or not arriving for the briefing, the Secretary General. So we shouldn't read anything into that, right, that there was possible division even amongst the top 6 officials who met the former president today, and possible division of how to even talk about that meeting to the public.
Essentially, what would happen is that Pule Mabe, the spokesperson of the ANC, and the communications manager, Cornelius Monama, would be drafting the ANC top 6 statement. That statement would then be sent to the SG. The SG, if he feels necessary on such a contentious issue, the SG would then bounce the ANC's top 6 statement with other top 6 members when minutes were taken and sent to the scribes or sent to those who will be drafting the statement. Once the statement is done being drafted, it would be sent to the officials for finalization. That process may still be ongoing at this point in time, that the statement is not finalized. They are still trying to finalize it. They may not be agreeing on certain points or the certain wording of certain points within the statement. That's normally what takes place when there's a contentious issue like this, and particularly when there are different variant views and when the top 6 is not particularly singing from the same hymn book. They would then deliberate upon this issue, and it would take some time. So one can't say that's the point that's currently taking place now, but one would assume it's either they don't want to compete with the international interview, or there are certain disagreements when it comes to the issues of the statement and the wording of the statement. We do know that at times the SG of the ANC has come out and read an ANC statement. Later on, you have some NEC member or NWC members questioning what was said in that particular statement of the Secretary General of the African National Congress. At some point, you had the president of the ANC in his closing remarks when it comes to ANC NEC members. Later on, you had a statement by the SG of the ANC with certain points on the issues of the use of money in the ANC not being in the statement. So they're trying to iron out those issues and have a perfect statement to the T that is not contradictory.
All right. Thank you for that update. We'll bring it to you when the ANC Secretary General does address the media tonight about that earlier meeting with former President Jacob Zuma.